Welcome to Speedway Harley-Davidson. So today we got our first soft tail in, which is this Lowrider ST that you see before you. Let's go over a few of the changes and take her out on the road and let you know what we think. So we've got quite a few upgrades with the Softail lineup this year. On this Lowrider ST, you're gonna get the 117 high output motor, putting out 128 foot-pounds of torque and 114 horsepower. And this bike only weighs 712 pounds. Now let's compare that to the 2024 model, where you were getting 125 foot-pounds of torque, 103 horsepower, out of a unit that was weighing 721 pounds. So the bike got lighter and got more torque and horsepower this year. You still got that 5-gallon tank that's gonna get you 47 miles to the gallon. You've got this new 4-inch display, as well as ride modes and all of the different rider aids that you're gonna need. The hand controls have been redesigned as well this year. As you can see there, you've got a mode button to switch through your different modes, which we'll experience while we're out here riding today. You've also got matching bags this year. In the previous generation, the bag on the exhaust side was a little bit shorter to accommodate for those 2-into-2 pipes, but now that you have a 2-into-1 on the exhaust side, you're gonna get matching bags and you're gonna get 2 cubic feet of storage between those bags. You've got LED lighting all the way around the bike, as well as a new rear brake light, which looks amazing, as you can see here. And of course, you got some new graphics as well. The Lowrider ST was already an almost perfect motorcycle. They just refined it a little bit and made it even better. So let's get her out on the road and see what we think. Okay, let's get my gloves on. So let's take a look at the new controls. You've got your cruise control options right here. You have your cycle button to cycle through your display. You've got your button to flash your high beams. Then you've got your turn signals located in the same place. Your horn is here. You got your mode selection here. You got your run start. You got your traction control option, as well as your hazard lights right there. So let's get her turned on here. Now, as you can see, you're greeted to this beautiful analog display that Harley-Davidson has used on some other models. The only difference now is you've got this mode selection. As you can see right there, we are in rain mode. You're also going to get a road mode as well as a sport mode. We're going to start off in rain mode and go through the different modes here. The first thing we have to do today, though, is fill this baby up. So we're going to head over here to the gas station. We've also got some new grips on the 2025 model. All right, we have got a full tank and we are off on the first ride on the 2025 Lowrider ST. So right now we're in rain mode and it seems like your typical rain mode. The throttle is definitely quite muted. There's not a whole lot of throttle response you're going to get from your throttle in this mode, but this is a great option for someone who is newer to some of the type of performance that these Harley-Davidsons can put out, or if it's a raining day and you don't want to experience wheel slippage or that wind spin when the ground is wet. So it is nice that this has been added on to the cruiser lineup. It's already on the touring bikes, it's on the sport lineup, and now it's on the cruisers as well. So you've got that option to switch between different modes. All right, so we're going to switch her into road mode. I feel like road mode is going to be what you typically would expect from a Lowrider S or Lowrider ST. You're definitely going to get a more responsive throttle out of road mode. It has a little bit more torque, as you can see. It definitely accelerates. Oh my goodness, that 2-in-1 exhaust actually doesn't sound too bad. It sounds pretty good when you are revving on that throttle. Yeah, it actually gives you some sound. I do like that. I do like that. Now, as far as how the bike handles, it's going to handle basically about the same as your previous generation Lowrider ST. The only difference is it is a little bit lighter, and you can feel a little bit of that weight difference, but the bike handles as it should. It feels amazing on the road, and you're on a soft tail platform, so you're going to get that suspension that is tried and true, that just naturally feels comfortable and sporty, all wrapped up in one package. Alrighty, so when we turn the corner here, we're going to experience sport mode for a quick moment. All right, I switched her over to sport mode, so it looks like you can switch modes while riding, which is cool. We're going to give it a second so that car down there can get down the road a little bit. So we're going to take it easy at first, just cruising just a wee bit. We're not going to do anything ridiculous in sport mode, but I do want to do an acceleration test to see if I notice a difference out of that high output motor. All right, so we're cruising right around 30 miles per hour. We are in second gear, and I'm gonna roll on. Oh my. Woo! Yeah, you definitely feel a difference out of that high output motor, and it's kind of weird. I didn't feel it as soon as I hit the throttle. It's like you feel more performance on that higher end. When it gets revved up, it kind of kicks in a little bit more, which I actually like. I like that. This is definitely a torquey motorcycle with a lot of potential. The great thing about the Lowrider ST is it is definitely going to be your sport cruiser with some touring capabilities. Oh yeah, it's like once it gets up in the RPM range, which you feel that horsepower and that performance kick in, which is definitely a little bit different than the previous generation. Now this road has quite a bit of imperfections, and I'm not really feeling a lot of that because the suspension on these models is solid. A lot of people do upgrade their suspension, and you can upgrade your suspension, but it's not necessary. You can get out and crush some serious miles on this motorcycle and enjoy it. Now let's talk about ergonomics. I am 6 feet tall, about 230 pounds, and the bike feels comfortable. You got mid controls, so my feet are directly below me. My knees are at almost a right angle, a little bit more than a right angle. The handlebars are at a great placement for full control over the motorcycle. I myself personally like a little bit taller handlebar, but I am not mad at these handlebars at all. They do feel really comfortable, and the seating position is comfortable. As far as the seat, when I was accelerating, I did feel locked in. There's not a ton of lower lumbar support, but there is enough there to ensure that you don't end up on the rear fender. We're gonna just go ahead and stay in sport mode for a little bit. Now, that's the fun mode, right? That is the fun mode. All right, we're gonna be turning right here. All right, feels like you got a solid lean angle there. Woo! I am loving the sound that the exhaust and the high flow air filter make when you accelerate. I'm getting a decent amount of wind protection here as well from the FXRT styled fairing you're going to get on here, which is of course extremely popular in this industry. I mean, the bike overall is solid. It was solid in the previous generation. They just did those few upgrades to make it a whole lot better. Oh yeah, that exhaust sounds amazing. In the comments down below, let me know how many of you have ridden the Lowrider ST, the previous generation or this generation, and comment what are your thoughts on this motorcycle. We're gonna test out the brakes up here real quick. All right, you get solid braking performance. It doesn't feel squishy or anything. Overall, I feel like they knocked it out of the ballpark with this one. Now, we all know in the previous generation, you didn't have the option of chrome. It was blacked out with the bronze wheels and the bronze accents. As you can see here, this model is the vivid black and chrome. Let me know, what are your thoughts on the chrome being on the Lowrider ST? All right, so we are here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're gonna get some photos of this beauty that you will be able to see on our Instagram page, which is Speedway HD, as well as our Facebook page, so definitely check those out. If you happen to be in the Charlotte area, definitely swing by the dealership so you can see all of the new 2025 models in person. This is actually the first ride review of the year, but we do plan on bringing you ride reviews on all of the other models as well. We're going to take one more look at this beauty, and there you have it, the brand new 2025 Lowrider ST in vivid black and chrome. Let us know, what are your thoughts on the motorcycle? Make sure you comment down below, share the content, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and we will see you in the next one.